What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 4th and 15 with Mel. I am Mel. Thank you all for joining us. First, I got to introduce my special guest co-host today. This man is blocked for Joe Burrow. He's also blocked for Jaden Daniels. He's also spent time in the NFL. So, without further ado, the man of the hour, the co-host himself, Charles Turner. Charles, welcome to the show.
Appreciate y'all for having me. Appreciate y'all for having me, man. It's a blessing, man. I'm thankful to be here. Thankful to be in this position to talk some ball with you fellas, man.
All right. While we got y'all on there, I would like to introduce the 10U because we still following the youth, keeping up with the young whippersnappers of the next generation. I'd like to introduce Coach Smith of the NEO Ducks, Coach Brown of the program, and Coach Mike of the EC Chiefs. Thank you, gentlemen, for being on.
Yeah, thanks for having
How you doing?
me. Yeah,
All
thanks
right,
for having me,
Good.
bro.
Coach Smith of the Ducks. We're gonna start with you. Give us a little bit about yourself and how you became a coach for the Ducks this season.
Uh, long story short, so I've been coaching about 2 years. I was at another program uh, last year, Ohio Ducks. Basically, we dealt with some stuff with the ownership over there. Bunch of scamming stuff going on, and prompted us to a bunch of us fathers, working men, to come together and try to put something together for our boys. You know what I'm saying? Um, and which that's pretty much how we got here this year, first year program. Um, was able to do, it was a lot of ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy by any means, but we was able to pull it off. We had a even pretty successful season for the most part.
All right. Coach Brown, same thing. Give us a little background info on you and how you became a coach for the program.
Well, I've been coaching 10U for a while. I started coaching like 2022. So when I started coaching, I was coaching actually in a little city team in Toledo. But I always came when me and my guy with the Steelers always combined towards the end of the year. So once we combined, it was successful for a few years. 2024, we came full throttle and changed the name to the program Elite. And I took over the 9U, then now I took over the 10U.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Now, Coach Mike, I have to give you a disclaimer. I was born and raised in EC. So I already know about the Chiefs program because I was a Chief at one time in my life. But because this is the new generation, please give us your background and how you became a coach.
Well, yeah, it's the same story for me. I grew up at EC Chief, played since I was 7, and basically when my son got of age, I brought him back to where I started. So um, a few coaches from the past thought I just came as a parent, but a few coaches from the past thought I should be the one to coach him. So that's what I did. So since my son started at 6, I've been with this particular group since then, and we've been rocking out ever since.
All right. Now, Coach Smith, I have to ask because believe you guys are 9U.
Yes,
Um, we all know regionals was this past weekend. So
states.
what would states? My bad, states. I apologize. I thought it was regionals, but states was this past weekend. So that shows you how old I am. Uh,
That's all right.
what was the weekend like for you guys, and was it the outcome you were expecting as
No,
opposed to?
absolutely not. We went in there expecting to put up a good fight. It definitely didn't go how we expected it to go. We were missing a few players, key players. Not That's not an excuse, because it's always next man up to perform. But yeah, it was not the outcome we was expecting. It was a lot, and not to even blame the refs, but it was a lot of controversial stuff going on in that aspect too. That kind of hindered us. Um, the experience itself was good for my boys. This was their first time going out the states, first city championship in the first year. You know what I'm saying? So the experience itself was good for the boys. But no, to answer your question, the outcome was not by any means what we expected. Very lopsided, to be honest.
All right, Coach Brown, same question because we know you guys had a battle this weekend as well. and you edged out the old Cowboys in a tight matchup. And how did that go for the D1 championship?
It was a different experience, you know what I mean? We came in, like I said, we was a fresh team that nobody never gave us like any chance to even win the Midwest. So coming out the Midwest, beating the Speed Demons, coming down the states, we felt like we was very confident when we was gonna come down there and do. We beat the Cowboys. It was a tough battle. They gave us a run. You know what I mean? We was down players through the whole tournament, but that's no excuse. We come play football, no matter what type of weather it is. The Tar Heels did shock us. You know what I mean? They're a good, solid team, well coached. They was ready to play no matter what the weather was. You know what I mean? That was the difference from the game. Our kids didn't come. They wasn't mentally prepared how they should have been. And I think next time we see them, it'll be a better outcome. But the experience, I definitely my kids love the experience. I got the experience coaching at the D1 level, so it was cool. That's everything I expected.
All right. And Coach Mike, I have to do another disclaimer because we did see you guys in action a little earlier in the season as you pretty much walked through Garfield Heights Youth at the beginning of the season. What was it like for you? Because we were keeping tabs on everything, and you guys edged out the Columbus Patriots Elite, which was a thriller, and you advanced. So, what was that like for you as well as the team going into that game?
Well, I knew it'd be a dogfight just based off the three teams or the other two teams that was there. Last year we actually lost to the Patriots, who were Buckeye State Elite, I believe. We lost to those guys in states, and we knew it was gonna be a dogfight. We came in with a chip on our shoulder, so and I wasn't surprised about the outcome. I expected it. I'm not driving nowhere for a couple hours to lose. So
Understood.
yeah, it was a dogfight. Good program.
All right. So while we have you guys on, I do want to pull this up. Please, again, don't beat me up because I have nothing to do with this. Here go the rankings for the 10U. This is brought to you by Buckeye State Youth Football Rankings. As you see, Legacy Tar Heels are number one, Chiefs are number two, Hilltops Hawks three, the program's four, Speed Demons at the fifth, NWO Saints six, Columbus seven, the O eight, and they're I believe out of Youngstown. Off is number nine, and Columbus Raiders are 10th. So with that being said, I gotta ask you guys, were you guys surprised as coaches? Were you guys surprised at the rankings when you first found out that there were rankings?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I didn't know where they came from. That's why I was kind of messaging the page, like who behind it. But I was kind of surprised.
For me, I really don't pay attention to the rankings. I started paying attention to the rankings a long time ago. EC Chiefs has never been ranked how I feel we should be ranked, but I stopped paying attention to it, and we just do us, regardless of the rankings.
I understand.
Yeah, the rankings. To be honest, I didn't initially didn't take them serious because there was a team after us that was ranked lower than us that whooped on us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, yeah, I can't really. I was cool with where we was placed at, but I'm like, shit, the team that whooped on us lower than us. That don't even really make sense to me. But um, other than that, yeah, I wouldn't really pay. I didn't coming into the season. I wasn't really going into it looking to be a ranked team in the state or in the nation or nothing like that. Really, just trying to put together a program for my boys to develop and have fun, man. That's really what it was for me.
But that's also a testament because now you guys know there are people watching who actually care about this level, and you guys deserve, even as coaches, you guys deserve your flowers. You deserve to be recognized. So does the team. East Cleveland, one of the more traditional teams in the state. The program, from what we know of you guys, up and coming, very scrappy program. And then same thing with the Ducks. We hear a lot about you guys. We just wanted y'all to know we know. And
For
like I
sure.
said, thanks thanks to Buckeye State Youth, we know you guys are out there now. So I
For
have to
sure.
give you guys your flowers as coaches because again, we know this is a thankless job.
For sure. 100%.
It's a thankless job. It's a stressful job. I've been there, and we understand it. So
It's no zero credit or the blame. That's what go on pretty much.
but ain't that the life of a coach anyway?
Yeah, and I mean, shit, I take it gracefully. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it comes from every direction, parents, coaches, whatever. I take it gracefully. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Charles, I have to ask you because you were at this level at one point in time. So what was it like for you as a youth football player coming up?
Man, to be honest, I'm gonna keep it real. When I first dove off into football, it was kind of a structure thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Kind of a thing for me to go find structure, a thing for me to just have something to do. I went out there. I was a high energy kid, and still to this day, some of the lessons that I got taught from midget league to this day I still use. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I just got done playing for the Patriots last year. Even though I got cut or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some of those things that was monumental in midget league that I got taught from 10U, 9U, I used all the way up until I was in the NFL. I still use it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I really want to preach is like like Mel just said, the job y'all doing, y'all don't get enough thanks for it. You know what I'm saying? And as youth coaches, a lot of us kids out here, especially in Northeastern Ohio, let's keep it real. A lot of our kids need structure. We looking for that father figure. We looking for
Yep.
that release. You know what I'm saying? So I want to commend y'all and I want to respect y'all, especially like Coach Mike, EC Chief. You might not know it, but I've been watching y'all program forever since I was young. I remember wanting to play for the EC Chiefs. I ain't from Cleveland, I'm from Canton, but I'm like, I want to play over there. You know what I'm saying? They got it going. So it's like
Appreciate that.
y'all don't understand what y'all do, but y'all is monumental in our area and monumental in these kids' lives, man. So
For sure.
I
For
want to
sure.
thank y'all for that.
Now,
Appreciate you.
Coach Brown, I do believe you said you were with the 9U for the program, correct?
Yeah, but I started with 9U. Yeah, we 2 years in.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up the program, well, the rankings for that. Um, Once
No,
again,
I coached for 10U. I coached 10U. I coached 10U.
okay.
Yeah,
I started
that's
with
it.
9U last
I
year.
think I'm the only 9U in here actually.
Oh, so Coach Smith. All right, yeah, Coach Smith. I
Yeah.
thought it was you. So we'll pull this up again. If you look at the rankings, there's only two that don't have championships, and that's Columbus Ice and the Cincinnati area Hilltop Hawks. Um, once again, have to ask: were you shocked? Did you feel, did you feel a little slighted by, what was going on with the rankings, or did you just roll with it and was just like, all right, we gonna show y'all?
I mean, like I said, we didn't really buy into the rankings too much. Like, I mean, we went from I think the first initial rankings that came out, we was like second or third, then we dropped to like ninth. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really buy into that too much because I know on that field we can compete with some of the best. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's all about with me. I don't care what somebody. It's all opinion. It's all subjective and opinion based. You feel me?
That's true.
So
That is true. I'm not even gonna
so
sit there and argue that one. That you have a valid point with that because we just
yeah, and
had
not
this.
and it's not even a shit on the rankings or anything like that. Excuse me,
Oh
Michael.
no,
But
we
it's
just
just it's like yeah. Go ahead.
because we just had this argument about the CFP rankings Sunday. So for those
Right,
of
right.
y'all that watch or follow us, the same thing. Like because I had a problem with a few of those ranked teams, and I'm like, yeah, this is who paying who to get these rankings in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
again, if it because honestly, we did not before last week, we did not know that there was a what you would consider a CFP ranking for youth football. And
Right.
I'm actually kind of glad that this is out because not only does it show us and show the rest of the state where everybody is before we even get to states and regionals and things of that nature, it shows us who's out there because let's be honest, it's a new team popping up every other week. It seems like not that that's really the case, but when you look at youth football, there's virtually a new team every year. So the fact that these rankings are out, it helps us keep up, and I'm pretty sure it helps you guys know who you might. So I'm all for the rankings. You know, everybody's not going to agree with them, but it does keep an eye it does help us keep an eye on who's where, who's doing what. So uh, you know, shout out to the shout out to Buckeye State Youth Football Rankings again, because again they're helping us out, and it's putting it's putting light where it needs to be put. All right, so I'm gonna be that guy and go around the board. Coach Brown, Coach Mike, Coach Smith. I'm gonna ask y'all this one question. I want to see who gonna crack and laugh first. Uh, Coach Mike, I'm gonna start with you. We know how the season went for you guys in the city, but was there a coach or a team that you were just like, damn, we got to see them because they pushed you as a coach to not only prepare better, but you just like one of the more frustrating teams. Was it just a coach or a team that you tip your hat to?
Well, yeah, there's a coach on the team I tip my hat to, but I don't think I came in there like, damn, we got to see them again. Nah, all that type of work is good work for the kids, especially in the regular season. Good work for me as a coach. I'm still learning. You know, being a player is totally different than being a coach.
You are absolutely right.
So whether it's a win or a loss in the regular season, it's all a lesson, and it's something that the kids can learn from, and the coaching staff. But of course, the Speed Demons, we have our history. Coach Nick has a good program over there, solid group of kids, and yeah, every time we see them, I expect it to be a dogfight, and I don't expect, but what happens is he ups my level of coaching and preparation. So yeah, Speed Demons for sure.
All right. Um, I do also have to ask Coach Brown the same thing. And it's not a bad, damn, we got to see them. It's I know they about to push me to do better. So I always have to ask that question because for me as a coach, it was always uh teammates, guys I used to play with that are now coaching. It's like, damn, they know me. Like now I got to change everything. So Coach Brown, was there a team or a coach you got to tip your hat to? Because we know it's
Probably,
always that one.
probably the same one. Nick, with the Speed Demons. We've been going at it for about 2 years, and they was in our way of the Midwest, so they definitely. It was never like we was like afraid of them. It's just we knew we had to be on our coach the kids up at a high level, and kids got to come on their A game when we play their team because they're a good disciplined team and they real sound. So definitely, I give hats off to the Speed Demons. They well coached up, and it's always a game when we play them.
All right. And Coach Smith, same thing for you. You know, is there that one team and one coach you got to tip your hat to?
Um, to be honest, it was a first year new league, new situation for us. So it ain't like we had like teams previously that we battled with. You know what I'm saying? But this year, um, actually the team we played in the city championship, we lost to earlier in the season, like 18-7. I mean, just dominated us. We didn't come to play that game. Same team. Fast forward, we met in the championship, and totally different game. Like we was the dominant team that game. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot of adjustments being made, and of course, over the course of the season, kids get better. They get more instinctive. They get a little stuff start to change towards the end of the season. And they definitely, we definitely wasn't the same team they seen in the middle of the season. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that I would say, to answer your question, that was probably the team. I'm like, well, we got to be on our, we got to be on our A game because they gave us some work last time. You know what I'm saying? So, we had the luxury of, taking it to them in the championship, though. You feel me?
Understood. Understood. Um, Now with that, I just have to, you know, Well, you know what, Charles? I gotta bring you in on this one because again, you were at that age at one point. So what was it like? Uh, what was it like for you when you got on the field and you saw teams that you weren't used to seeing? What was that like for you?
Um, I'm gonna be honest. My first time, really, really doing that. I had went to high school, another high school in Florida. It was an academy school called IMG, and I was down there with all these 5 stars and 4 stars. And at the time, coming from Ohio, I was unranked. You know, all this 5 star and 4 star stuff was real new to me. You know what I'm saying? I was just playing ball. And I remember I went up against a kid named Stephon Wins. They called him Big Unk. He was from Alabama. At the time, he was committed to Alabama. And the only thing I knew was at the time was just, get off that rock. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I
Yep.
got off that rock, went off in this grill a little bit, and the rest was history. And for me, that go back to my fundamentals. Like being coached how I was coached and brought up in Northeastern Ohio is what molded me in every phase of the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard nosed, it's tough, it's bring your hard hat and lunch pail every play and go to
Yep.
work.
Every play, every
And
play.
and
Yep.
that's what it is. So when that happened, man, that was my first time going against some competition that I haven't seen before, and I was ready, man, because like I said, I was molded for that phase of the game already, just from growing up how I grew up and playing where I played.
All right. Coach Tom, thank you for being on. As we trying to get somebody else from 10U in. So, Coach Tom, thank you for being on. Appreciate you so much. And, keep doing what you're doing. Smith, Coach Smith, thank you for your time. So, appreciate you coming on. Thank you for taking time out your day. Much love to you. Hope to see you again in the future. Hope to actually cover some of you guys' games because I love broadcasting the youth circuit. So, Coach Smith, thank you again for being on, sir.
For sure. Appreciate you.
All right, well, we're trying to get one more person in, and but while he's getting on, I do have to ask, um, being that you guys are coaching good, well-known programs, Coach Brown, I'm gonna start with you. What was it that made you want to come to this particular program with the program, and you were just like, yeah, this is where I want to start my youth career?
Well, really, we built it from the ground up. It was we all was on separate teams. In Toledo, is not heard of to have travel football or kids playing football all year round. So we wanted to jump on board with everybody else that's doing around the world. Everybody got travel teams. Everybody playing with the best. So we wanted to get a group of kids to play with the best. And like my son, he was one of the better linemen on the team. So I just grabbed a few kids that was around his age and build it after year. Then like we 2 years in, some of them played before him, some of them was on different teams, but that's how it really started. And our 14U kind of they won the nationals last year and put us on the map a little more. They won a D2 nationals in Florida last year. So
All
that's
right, Coach Mike, same question because you you happen to be not only a legacy member, but you have been part of a story program for so long in the city. So, what was it like for you when they finally? First off, I got to ask, who convinced you to jump on?
One of my previous coaches, Coach Boo, a couple of them, Coach Boo, Coach Keith, they seen my son playing and they questioned why I wasn't down there coaching. And to be honest, I never wanted my son to start playing football that early, but he mentioned it, and it was only one place I was gonna take him, and I just wanted to sit back and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But they wouldn't let me, so I had to go ahead and coach.
All right. Now, being that you're part of the Chiefs family, I do want to know because this is something I ask every coach. What has it been like for you to see the program from when you started as a youngin to now?
Well, coming into it, I was very disappointed about what I was seeing, And that was another reason why I decided to go ahead and take the leap and coach, because it wasn't the same. We practiced at a huge park, and when I was growing up, that park was filled from end to end. And when I showed up with my son, that was not the case at all. So at this point, I'm just trying to change, bring back the old EC, bring back the old EC Chiefs and the way things used to be and the way things used to be ran, and bring some of those core values back to this new generation.
All right. Charles, being that you are again, you college, NFL, what is the advice as a player that you would give to the younger generation? Like, just if you were able to go back to your team that you started with, what advice would you give those young men?
I would tell them, just play ball, man, and have fun doing it. The game don't last forever for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's at some point in time you got to hang them cleats up. You know what I'm saying? Some might be fortunate enough to make it to the NFL. Some might not. You know what I'm saying? Some stop in college. Some stop in high school. So what I just say is, man, play ball, man, and have fun doing it. And if you're gonna make a mistake, make that mistake 100 miles per hour. Just go, man. Play ball, let loose, and have fun, man.
All right. Now we're going to get in a little commercial break. But before we go to that commercial break, Coach Brown, Coach Mike, please, we know it's recruiting season all year round. So please tell people how they can get in touch with you. If you're, if you see these parents watching and they looking to put their son on a different team or possible daughter, because there are girls playing now and some of them just as good as the boys. So Coach Brown, Coach Mike, tell us how they can get in touch with you.
You go ahead and go first.
Okay. So you can get in touch with us at Instagram, EC Chiefs Instagram page. As far as the 10U and my page, it is EC _Chiefs _10U or EC Coach Mike. Either one of those three, you can get in contact with us and see what the program is about.
All right, Coach Brown.
Same with me. You can follow us on Facebook. We got the Program Elite page. Multiple people respond on that page. Or I run the 10U page on the IG, the Program 10U, or my personal page, Twan _Price.
All right. Thank you guys again for being on. Greatly appreciate it. Get enough respect, don't get enough appreciation, but see what y'all doing. We appreciate y'all for doing it. So with that being said, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got the 7U, and we're gonna talk to those coaches. So thank you, coaches, for being on, and we'll take a quick commercial break. Be right back. You're watching 4th and
I
15,
appreciate it.
216 Sports Network. Are you a team looking for a new look on the sideline this season? A company looking for a more casual look? Or just trying to introduce something new to your closet space? TGBG is the brand for you. Jackets, polos, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG has the clothing you need to serve a purpose for every occasion. To place your orders, contact them on Facebook and Instagram. Check out their website at www.tgbgbrand.com. Email them at tgbgbrand@gmail.com or call them at 440-470-4234. TGBG is also the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory. If you're looking for a good brand of clothing at affordable prices, then TGBG is just for you. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and custom gear all at your fingertips. And just in time for the weekend is Free Ship Friday. Free shipping on all orders. Just use the code FREESHIPFRIDAY at checkout. And all Godfidence items are 10% off. Head on over to tgbgbrand.com and get your orders in for your custom clothing now. TGBG is the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory. Are you ready for a snack or a treat that satisfies that sweet tooth? Well, Clarissa's Confections has what you need. All her treats are custom made and centered around your taste buds' desires. Place your orders now by emailing her at sweetsbycarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. All right, we are back. Thank you guys for tuning in. For those at home watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. We know y'all love us. We know y'all follow us. So please, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to us. If you're watching on Facebook, send us some stars, man. We appreciate the stars. We got Charles Turner in the building, former LSU. You know what? I got a bone to pick. I'm sorry, Charles. Let's just be honest. I ain't been right with LSU since 2003. All right. You didn't have nothing to do with that squad. It was a Nick Saban squad. But let me just get this off my chest, man. I ain't been right since '03 with LSU, where they just dog walk Ohio State that year. I'm not happy about that. And then, you were, if I'm not mistaken, you were part of the national championship squad with Burrow. And while I have you on, I do gotta ask that question because, and this is no knock against you. This is just what we see from LSU every so often. You guys will have one really good squad, win the national championship, and then for the next 5, 6, 7 years, we don't hear nothing from y'all. However, I do have to ask that what was it like when you won the national championship? Was that what was the feeling that night during everything happening?
Yeah, the feeling was unexplainable for real. Watching the confetti drop, seeing everybody cry, and just seeing that like all the effort that we had put in from the offseason, January, spring ball to fourth quarter, summer workouts, mat drills, like just seeing how all that paid off on everybody's face, and not even just the people who played, because like us as players, we sometimes get things misconstrued. Like, yeah, we play the game, and a lot of that is a big deal, you know what I'm saying, and a big factor of it. But you don't see the countless hours that other people have put in for you to go out there and be successful in that field, like the coaches, the training staff, the academic center. Like, it's countless hours that other people have sacrificed, man, to put you in that position, and to see it all pay off at that one point and that one moment was unexplainable, man. It was just a immense amount of joy for real.
All right, for you young ones at home watching, and we know some of y'all is watching, y'all coaches on live. It's what it's all about, man. It gets better as it go on. All right, with that being said, got the 7U and the 6U coaches in. So I'd like to introduce Coach Dre. Coach Dre, I couldn't type your name in with the team you were with, but Coach Dre, Coach Wu from Trotwood, Dark Side, I believe they're 6U, and Columbus Patriots Elite. You guys are the 7U, if I'm not mistaken. So thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
So Coach Ice, got to start with you because you got on first. Give us a little background on you and how you became coach with the Columbus Patriots.
Yeah, so a little bit about me. I'm a football guy, man. Played up from a young age. Played college ball. Went to the University of Notre Dame. Graduated from there. I got into coaching 2 years ago or last year. So this is my second year coaching. My son's been playing for 3 years though, with me. I got into coaching last year. I was with the Legacy University program. We came over to back to the Patriots this year. To put together a team that we knew we could compete. Not just in the state, but the region and nationally as well. So I thought it was a good season. We had a good season. It didn't end the way that we wanted it to. Losing last weekend in the States to the Bengals in a dogfight game, but I thought it was a success. you know, a lot of the guys was able to buy in. So, you know, it was a successful season, I'll say.
All right. Coach Wu, same question, because you know we already know the Dayton area is notorious for putting out supreme athletes. Braxton Miller among one of those young men. So, you know, Coach Wu, give us your background.
Pretty much same for real. I played college football. I ran track as well. Um, I came up from a notorious Pee Wee program, the Dayton Flames, and that's all we did was travel. And being an athlete, once I transferred over to middle school ball, it was no comparison. Like they was light years behind where I was at. So me coming in with my kids, I knew what I had to do to get them on a certain level. And right now, I feel like we the best in Ohio. I don't mean to toot my own horn or nothing, but if you want to try this, if you want to come try it, we on Union. That's just how I feel about it. And we nationally, like we went to Alabama, we done went to Atlanta. We lost to one team from down south, and that was the number one team in the nation. So I feel like we real battle tested and we willing to play anybody. Anybody.
For those that were listening to that was shots fired. Coach
Nah,
Drake,
it ain't no shots fired. I got confidence in these kids.
I just like adding the sound effect. I couldn't help it.
Definitely.
Coach Drake, same thing. You know, I see that Steelers blanket in the back. You know, shout out.
You see it. Shout out to
They,
Steelers.
they're not making me happy right now, but still Steelers fan.
It's a love-hate relationship.
It could be worse. It could be a Browns love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
But give us your background and how you became a coach in the youth level.
This is probably my 10th year coaching. I started in flag my first 2 years, transitioned to tackle about 2017 when my son had turned 5. And around that time in Canton, that was pretty much like when the travel scene had really just got started back in like 2017. So it was a fairly new program. My son didn't want to play flag. He wanted to jump right into tackle. So I had dove right in. The first year, like I said, I came from flag. So when I brought him over, his first year, he played up. He was 5, playing 6. And I started as a parent, just, trying to take a break because I had went for the past 2 years. And sort of like how everything was going, I ended up from a parent to being on the sidelines, to just started helping out. So by that next year, the parents had took a vote, and they kind of voted me as head coach. So for 7U, I started head coach that year, 2018, and I've been rocking ever since.
All right. So we're gonna recap you guys this weekend. As we know, Spartans claimed a D1 state championship. What was that like? Like, where's the outcome let's start off and be honest. Every coach is coming into a game and expecting to win. However, still gotta ask, was it the outcome you expected, or were there things that could have been done differently, even though the outcome you wanted still happened?
I feel like this was the first game that my boys played all 4 quarters. The season is about building them up, each game getting better and better, being better than last week, and just trying to get them to figure out how to put 4 good quarters together. So we came out and like I said, we put our best foot forward on Saturday, and they kind of surprised me a little bit. I kind of knew that if we played good, we could win, but the way we won, I just got to give a shout out to my coaches and my players, and they came and they did what they did. They big on Sunday rather.
Coach Ice, same thing for you. I believe you guys were in states. So was the outcome what you wanted, or was it just, something that could be worked on for the future?
Nah, I mean, it was we definitely went into this game knowing that we could win. And honestly, it wasn't the outcome. But it was a game that we had marked off all year. You know what I mean? So because we had played the Bengals 3 times in the spring as we was putting together our team, and we lost to them 3 times in the spring. So we knew we wanted that get back with them. So we knew we was gonna match up with them for state. So and it's bittersweet because we as I look back at the film, watching the film this morning, we dominated the game, and to come out on the losing side, it stings a little bit more. Going into double overtime and being in the red zone 3 or 4 different times and not finishing those drives, and just dominating the on the defensive side as well. Just holding them to I believe they had maybe one first down in the in the whole game, 2 first downs in the whole game. So with looking at the stats and looking at that stuff, it's tough losing a game like that. So was it the outcome that we wanted? No. My boys put in a lot of work all year. They prepared the right way. We had them boys locked in. They was ready. They executed our game plan how we needed them to. So the way that the cookie crumbled, it stung a little bit. My boys wanted it bad. Our coaches wanted it bad. So it's just gonna add more fuel to the fire. For next year. We'll have most of our same guys coming back. And like I said at the beginning, this is our first year together as a team. I came from a different program. I have brought over a couple kids with me to combine with this the Patriots team, and we knew that we had what it took to to compete and to be one of the top teams in Ohio. And that's what we showed this year. We dominated from the beginning of the season till the end. And like I said, it's gonna be fuel to the more fuel to the fire for next year. And it'll be a different outcome for sure.
All right, Coach Wu. We were informed you guys won the city Super Bowl, and from what our notes tell us, dominant as ever. So obviously the program has been what you expected. So again, was this something you were walking into the season expecting to do, or did some of the teams surprise you and put up a fight, or was this just business as usual for you guys?
Honestly, because this is my second year with them, I had a group of 5-year-old babies, like real life babies, but I had a couple real athletes with them babies. I watched them kind of mature, and I kind of seen what I had back then. So coming into this season, I knew we was going to be in that dance. I kind of knew we was going to be in that dance. It just was going to take a lot of work. So I had amazing coaching staff. Like my assistant coach is the coach who brought me up. I don't know if y'all know about him. His name Daryl McCluskey. Coach Dink, he brought me up. So having him next to me leading the way, like he helped me lead the way. I ain't gonna lie about that. Along this journey, I kind of seen it playing out like that. I really did. And like I said, we battle tested. We outside of Ohio with it. We only lost to one down south team, like I said, which was the #1 team in the nation. Out of four down south teams, we lost to one. So, and everybody counted us out every game. They didn't think we could do it. They laughed at our logo because we Darth Vader, of course, the dark side, we the Darth Vader. They laughed at our logo. They said Ohio won like that. We couldn't compete with them boys. We left YNC #5 in the nation. And this is nationally, like, this ain't no little, this ain't, this top dog. You got to get invited to this. We left #5 in the nation when they told us we couldn't do it. So it kind of lit a flame under me to get these kids to understand the magnitude of what's going on right now And where we at, hey, this is a once in a lifetime thing. Like, ain't nobody in my area ever did it. Went to YNC. So we trying to build off of that. And hey, we're gonna be scary. Our 7U, they different. They different. You think we good? Y'all gotta check the 7U Incredibles out. They good too. I believe right now they number 4 in the nation. We number 7 currently. They're number 4. So we building dogs over here for sure.
Well, since you brought up rankings, I hate to be that guy, but 6U rankings brought to you in part by Buckeye State Youth Football Rankings. Obviously, Trotwood's number 1, Akron's number 2, Fast Break in Cleveland's number 3, CPE's number 4, and the DOA boys is number 5 down in Cincinnati. So, because you guys are on the show and we have the rankings, Coach Wu, were you surprised at the rankings, or did you even know about a ranking system for this level in Ohio?
I didn't know about this one when I seen it. I figured we would be, because like I said, we made it to that level. But in those rankings, I will say DOA is not 5. They were just number 3 in the country. So that's different. That's different. I can see you got to do a little bit more homework on the 6U level. Not you exactly, but the people who make it. Yeah. People who make it got to do a little bit more homework for sure.
The controversy sells. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, sure.
With Coach Dre, Coach Ice, same thing with you guys, because I have those rankings as well. So obviously, Trotwood, number 1, Spartan Elite out of Canton, number 2, Akron Bengals 3, Fast Break 4, Gator Prep out of Columbus 5, CPE 6 stars 7, South Rangers 8, the Cardinals in Cincinnati is 9, and the Stark Elite out of Canton is 10. If y'all looking at these rankings, understand only 2 of these teams are not championships, because that's what league champ, yes, no. So only 2 are not. But again, same question I have to ask Coach Dre, Coach Ice. Did you guys know that there was a ranking system? And if you did, were you surprised? And I'm going to put the rankings back up, because before 2 weeks ago, we didn't even know that there was a ranking system in the state. So I have to ask you guys, did you know? And if you did know, were you surprised?
Go ahead, Coach Dre.
I didn't know about it. I was kind of surprised where we landed at, but I really don't get into the rankings all like that. I feel like any team can go down any given weekend. I've been around the block a few times doing this, and I'm from Canton. We probably got the smallest city on here. I mean, we only got about 70,000, 80,000 people where we from. So, the difference between our team is like, we don't have kids really coming 30 minutes away, 45 minutes away. Like, I can put all my kids in one car, drive around the block 2 times, and everybody live in the same area. You know what I mean? So with us, it's more a lot of grit. And we try to put that into our kids. Like myself personally, like I said, this is my 8th year doing travel ball. I've been to nationals 3 times with my first group I started with. They all majority of them is going to the 9th grade next year. Y'all might remember them. Ohio Spartan Elite, they used to call us the Zoo. We won 8U. We went to nationals 8U, 9U. We went undefeated, unscored on, won state, everything, went to nationals again. And then that same team ended up going to Massillon and joining that OTA team. They ended up merging with the Massillon team, made that OTA team, and they had went back to nationals again and finished like 2nd. So this team is kind of like some of those guys' little brothers. You know what I mean? So we just trying to start back over and basically take all the knowledge that I gained from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, bring it back down to 6. And I'm able to simplify it a lot better. get them to understand it a lot better, get the kids to buy in a little bit more, because we kind of know what it takes to win. You know what I mean?
All right. Now, being that, you know, it's such a young age that you guys are dealing with. All three of you guys are dealing with, yeah, babies.
Yeah.
So if I can ask, because I had 11 my 1 year of coaching at the youth level. I had 11 youth, so it was kind of not that hard. But for you guys, what's been the challenge coaching 6 and 7 youth?
The attention span. The attention span for me. Just keeping them locked in, keeping them focused. And with me, kind of like my style may be a little different, but I just feel like you got to just kind of do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? Until they buy in. You know, being at this age, 6 and 7's like you may have a guy that's a lineman this year. In 2 years, he may be a running back. You know, so it's kind of like you got to figure out what you got early, figure out who your ball carriers is going to be, figure out who your blockers is going to be, and you kind of got to just stick to it. You know, I try to tell parents, like, you know, you got to stay down at this age because your kid might not be where you want him to go. You know, but in order for us to win, I need him to play here, and I need him to learn this position. You know, so once you get everybody bought in, the parents, the players, it kind of makes it simpler when they only got to worry about 1 or 2 jobs versus I'm trying to teach this big guy how to run the ball. I might take all year teaching him how to run the ball, but I could teach him how to be a good blocker in a month. You know what I mean? So just trying to get the guys to buy in and, you know, to come together as one.
All right, Coach Wu, same question. I saw you had a ring on when you wiped your eye, so I saw the ring. I like the ring, but same question. What was the biggest challenge for you?
Like I said, I started with 5-year-olds, so you got to think these little kids running around, their attention span this big. So it's real frustrating. Like if you ain't got patience, it's not the job for you. It's not at all. So it took a lot of, like what he said, you never know what you got out of these kids because they babies. And that's why, for instance, I took them on the road. Anybody can lose any given Sunday. It's about how you coach the kids. And I kept seeing a lot of people using one player. I knew I had athletes on my team to where I can spread it out and create a problem. And my thoughts came to reality. When we did that, everything played out the way we thought it was going to play out. So it's really all about staying to what you sticking to the process, basically. Like they're gonna buy in eventually. At first, hey, you're gonna get some gray hairs because it goes down with these babies, man. It goes down. But at the end of it, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Like I said, I watched them become real football players, from babies to real hitters, like crying all day to, oh, I want to go to practice. Oh, coach, can I stay with you? You know, stuff like that. So it all play a big role at the end of it. I feel like that was it, though.
Coach Ice.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. And I'll also say, I mean, it's always gonna be challenging because you dealing with the kids. You also got to deal with parents as well. But like they said, I mean, coaching them up to get them to buy in is, that's going to be one of the, because everybody's, they dealing with parents, they hearing stuff from all over the place. So, one thing for me and what I tell, my staff is we not getting our 6U, our 7U kids ready for this season. We trying to prepare these kids for 8U, 9U, and going forward. So we teaching these kids how to, things that they going to hang on to as they get older, as they get to high school, as they get to college. So that's one thing that, that I try to bring to my kids and the coaching staff is, bringing them things that they can learn from and that they gonna hold on to when they get to my age and out of college. I want to be that coach that they remember. I remember my 7U year. I remember coach saying this and doing that. Like, I still remember my little league coaches. So that's what brings me into coaching. Just because, like I said, I played college ball and I know the game. So instilling certain things into these kids at 7 and 8 is going to take them a long. They're going to remember this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, and not only do the kids got to buy in, but trying to preach to the parents as well to buy in, because like I think Coach Dre was saying as well, some of these kids ain't gonna play their position that they playing right now, in the next couple years. So you got to spill that to the parents as well and deal with their what they want for their kids. So because I'm a parent as well. My son play our quarterback in corner position, and it's one of the I feel him, but at the same time, you gotta, if you want your kid to be on this team, you gotta be able to trust the coaches as well. If you don't trust the coaches, you shouldn't have your kid on that team. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say it's a challenge. I mean, it is tough, but it's one of them things that as a coach you gotta embrace. As a teacher, you gotta embrace that. You know what I mean? Because from the start of the season, man, like I said, we put together a team, and it was rocky. The spring, we've been at this thing since March. We played in the spring. We done, it's been a long season, and to see where we started to where we finished is, that's what you want to see. That's the things that, the parents and the kids is buying back into. We lost that game Sunday, and the kids is already ready for next year. They ready to start back up again. You know what I mean? So that's the most important thing. You can't lose hindsight of the end goal to why we into coaching. You know what I mean? Being mentors to these kids. So of course it's gonna be challenging because we ain't getting paid for this, but we doing it for a reason, and that's the one thing that that keeps me grounded and keeps my head forward on preaching to these kids and instilling the things that they gonna need, not only for sports but in life as they get older. So that's one of the things that I wanted to get off. So.
Yeah. I can't pay you guys, but what I can do is give y'all flowers, because again, this is a very thankless job. So, a lot of the praise, y'all win, or all the blame when y'all lose, but y'all still, coaches of integrity. So if don't nobody else appreciate y'all, I appreciate y'all. And I ain't even, I ain't got no dog in the fight, but I do know coaching is a very hard job. So before we close it out, I do have to be that guy. Was there a team, or is there a team, or a coach, or both, that when you line up against them, you just like, damn, we got to see. You see them on the schedule, damn, we got to see them, and not in a bad way, but it's just one of those teams and coaches that just pushes you guys to be a better game planner, a better coaching strategist. Just that one coach, one team that you got to tip y'all hat to. Do you have any of that, Coach Dre? I'm gonna start with you.
I got a lot of respect for a lot of programs, but as far as like team, I would think like it's kind of too early. Right now, we only 7, so you never know what nobody got until you pull up. So like even when it come down to like trying to scout teams and do all of that, like it's hard to get footage or anything on these teams. Everybody just now starting out, so you kind of got to have your team prepared. You got to have a well-balanced defense. Offense got to be on point. Like to get off what Coach Wu said, like you gotta put them on that road. When we first started this year, we've been at it since spring too. We started what was it, the Hall of Fame tournament? We went to the Hall of Fame tournament. We entered 2 tournaments, and when I tell y'all we didn't win one game, I mean we didn't even score our first 5 games. So once those preseason tournaments over, you got parents like, yeah, I don't know if this is it. I don't know if we're gonna be like that this year. I had a couple guys leave and go to different programs. You know what I mean? And it's like, they don't know this is part of the process. We got to throw them out there. It's gonna take these ugly losses. We going against teams that's putting teams together. Like the tournament we went to was in Canton, so we the hometown team. But you got guys coming from different states, different cities, so they bringing the best of the best. They putting teams together. They adding 2-3 teams together to come to these tournaments, and we pulling up with our local. Not putting nothing on my team, but we pulling up with our local jokers. Like, what's up? You know. So those losses kind of helped shape the season out for us. You know, we knew what we needed to get better at, what we needed to work on, and we knew we had to really turn it up a notch if we wanted to do something. And after that, once we started regular season, I mean, if you want to take it to one team, I would say one team I will give respect to is the Bengals. They got them third on there. They did beat us. They beat us this season. It was kind of like an exhibition game. It wasn't really a game that was scheduled. But they only beat us 6-0. And that was probably one of the only teams that scored on us this year. And the Youngstown Bears. We lost 2 games this season. We lost to the Youngstown Bears 6-0 in overtime, and we lost to the Bengals 6-0. And that was in like the fourth quarter. Other than that, ain't nobody crossed the 50. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's just been what it is.
Coach Wu.
Man, I feel like once the kids all buy in, it's your job done, man. You can just sit there. It's pretty much second nature to him. Like he said, we've been doing this since March. Coach Ice said we've been doing this since March. It becomes second nature, man. So if you got some good coaches, the job is done. When it's time to go gear up and go, the job is done. They know it. They know it's expected. They know what they need to do. Ain't no more holding hands. And I feel like right now on this podcast, the group of people up here, I feel like they know what they talking about. Anybody can lose any given day. And like them saying, you can have a running back who might be a lineman in the next 2 years. My son, I'm a head coach. You know how people want to run their sons to death. I wanted my son to be a running back. But I know right now for him, the best fit is on the line. And I'm not biased to that. You feel me? We did that. We bought in. I bought in as a parent. That was hard for me. I wanted my son to be, premier too. But certain things as a coach, you sit and see like, this is good for the team, So I feel like, hey, once you teach them, it's all in their hands, man. It's in their hands. And they come off your energy as the coaches as well. Like, no matter how you start, because we started off good. We ended our regular season 7-3. We dropped in the rankings and all. Everybody forgot about us. It's about how you finish, man. It's about how you finish. Literally. So I give everybody applause. I thank Mel for having me on here. Coach Ice, keep doing your thing in Columbus. Coach Dre, do your thing in Canton. Hey, don't get discouraged, man. If them kids get popped, you know what to do. You know how to build going forward. Them parents can't be scared because every level ain't the same. Every level is not the same. I can tell you that for a fact. Like we battle tested, but them Alabama boys different. So I know we've been gearing up for that all year. You feel me? So I give my applause to everybody. Thanks, Charles Turner, coming up here, man. Shout out, man.
Yeah, you know that.
Coach Ice, I do got to ask you the same question. Is there a team you tip your hat to as well, or just anybody in particular, or coach?
Yeah. So first I want to, because I ain't get to speak on the rankings, but I'm gonna tell you right now the CPE Dream Team, we not number 6. Obviously, the rankings, it is what it is. I don't know who does them or what goes into it, but I can tell you right now, CPE Dream Team, we probably a top 3 team in the state for sure. But big ups to Trotwood, big ups to the Bengals for sure. Obviously, I've heard of you know, the Spartans as well. I know y'all doing y'all's thing as well. I think I'd love to get that matchup with y'all. We ain't seen y'all yet, but
Yeah,
that would
for
be a dope
sure.
matchup. But outside of that, I mean, like I said, I mean, the Bengals got a good program. Obviously, we wanted that one on the we had that. We knew we had that you know, that game marked on our calendar, being you know, D2 and the AYF. So we knew we was gonna have to see them again. And you know, they got a tough program, man. They got a solid 7U team. But like I said, man, we we dominated that game on Sunday, man. So I wish we could get that one back. But you know, like I said, big ups to them. Hopefully they go to the region and represent Ohio, because you know, we play football. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And you know, in the nation, they try to count us out, but you know, Ohio can compete with the best of them. And you know, we definitely need to respect, you know, in Ohio in general, not just for, you know, my team and my city, but just in Ohio in general for sure. But you know, obviously, uh, you know, I'm gonna give my props to Trotwood. We played Trotwood early in the year. They got us 8-0. And obviously we just lost to the Bengals in double overtime, 8-6. So you know, big ups to them teams. They definitely pulled the best out of my kids, man. You know, my kids was locked in. They was, you know, they played their tails off. They was ready to go. So that's all I can ask for, you know, for them to compete on the level that they, you know, that they was on. And you know, they ready for next year for sure. So
All right, and I gotta say this because I don't. We cover what we can up here as far as youth sports here in Cleveland, but I don't remember too many games when I was a kid. I don't remember too many games going to overtime. So that's a testament to the coaching staffs that you guys put together, as well as the coaching staffs you guys play against. Because I promise you, I don't remember ever going into overtime as a kid. But with that, for recruitment purposes, shameless plug, Coach Wu, Coach Ice, Coach Dre, tell everybody where they can find y'all. You know, we gonna get y'all some more prospects. So, Coach Ice, we gonna start with you. Tell us where everybody can find you guys on social media.
yeah, I believe our Facebook page is it's under JL Patriots right now, because that's what the program was last year. So JL Patriots on Facebook. Our 7U Instagram page is CPE 7U underscore Dream Team. That's where you can find us at. You know, it's a well ran organization, great family based you know, organization. Everybody a family on all our levels, all our teams. Obviously, y'all seen CPE on all the rankings, so it's a well-known program here in Columbus. So definitely, you know, if you want to be a part of a winning atmosphere, winning organization, you could definitely check us out.
And Coach Wu, where can we find y'all on social media?
You can find us on IG at One Team Dark Side. All I can say is, you want to come to a winning program, come to the dark side, man.
Love it, love it.
Too much I can say.
All right, Coach Dre, same thing.
We on Facebook and Instagram at Ohio Spartan Elite. Um, yeah, we already in that process, man. It was crazy is the last few teams we've been knocking down. They parents been coming up after the game. When y'all off season start, we trying to get with y'all. So you know, I'm expecting a lot of new faces next year. Um, A lot of big boys. We need some big boys, man. I feel like skill wise, we can match up with anybody, man. The difference with us, it be the line, man. Like it's hard to compete with Cincinnati and Columbus, and y'all got 500,000 people. You know, you know what I'm saying? We got we got 70,000. So you know, we got to get them big boys. We get them big boys, man. It's on.
All right. And then Charles, I want you because I want you to, you know, give everybody where they can follow you on social media because we know your journey ain't over. So tell everybody where they can follow you on social media.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at ChazT3, ChazZZT3. Thank you, Mel, for having me on here. Shout out Coach Dre, Canton, Ohio, Spartans Elite. I'm hip to y'all for sure.
Yeah,
Coach
appreciate
Wu, big shout out to y'all on Trotwood. I think I seen one of y'all squads play in the Nationals. I took my little brother up there from Texas, took one of his teams up there this last spring for the Nationals thing up there in
Yeah,
January.
that was us.
So the Texas Pines, they was a green team up there. He was with 12U though, so I got to watch him ball. Coach Ice, I'm hip to them CPE, them Patriots. My cousin, Coach Skyler, Coach Sky, that's my cousin.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what's
King
up.
and them, yeah,
Yep.
Little King, yeah.
Yep,
So
yep, yep.
they're my people, man. So I'm blessed to be on here with y'all and talk ball, man. And thank y'all for having me, man.
All right.
Hey, can I say one more thing? We going to YNC December 8th. It's 2 teams from Ohio in it. That's big time. And it's DOA and us. Please show us love, man, because I'm telling you, everybody against us.
Yeah.
For sure. Don't nobody got no faith in us.
So if y'all hearing that, for those watching and those that's gonna watch later, please show some love to these teams and please show some love to these coaches because again, this is a very thankless job. They put so much work into it. And I'm not even gonna sit there and tell y'all different because I know the work y'all put into it as coaches. So again, we gotta tip our so for that is gonna do it for 4th and 15. Thank you guys for thank you coaches for being on. And me, Coach Wu, Coach Dre, Coach Ice, and Charles Turner III. We will see you guys later.
Appreciate y'all, man, for having me.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it. So.